Hello everyone, my name is Szamer and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu Chapter 6. So, Pierce woke up in an asylum and yeah, the things were really fucked up. It was really weird. And that is the recap of the last chapter. Oh, hello. Okay. There's too many tentacles. Oh, is that an eye? Is this Cthulhu? I want to see Cthulhu.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Okay. Holy shit. Well, I mean, the place looks old. I like how they've done the, I can't zoom. Right, okay. Yeah, the place is restored. This is interesting.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Oh, there we go.
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Okay then. I
found
this.
a Darkwater PD badge. Lost
Oh,
a
right,
colleague
yeah.
recently?
What the...
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm alright, I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back. But I can't explain why Dr. Fuller would have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
I'm very... Okay.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital, and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, so what I've got so far is that somehow his memory and his eye is not... Face down a little bit, please. Something's... Well, because it looked like he died in the last... No, it wasn't last chapter, but like 2 chapters ago or whatever. It looked like he died. And so he can't remember anything. So something happened. And somehow I was put into the hospital. So I'm guessing someone found me. And actually, no, I don't think it was a normal hospital. Because I was thinking if it was a normal hospital, then the cult probably controls the hospital and put me into that bad place. Yeah, I don't think this place is restored. It's just in the daytime, it's a lot better looking. So I don't actually think... Yeah. Yeah, okay. This person.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Yes.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Well, that's all I have to say to you. Oh, the only other two things is these. I don't understand what he'd say for this
I
one.
have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller, and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed... demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins. And that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Cthulhu threw
Tell
him
me
across the
how
room.
Mr. Sanders died.
I'm gonna go with this
I
one.
didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Oh god, let's stay prudent. Fuck. Okay, I'm not quite sure about this one. Well, I can easily, it'd be better to, like, talk about this situation when I knew who the person was and, like, yeah. I reckon maybe this one.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of annoying how I had to choose then because, well, I'd rather know the person that I'm talking to. I'd rather know the widow before I make a decision like that. Okay.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr.
Okay.
Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Yep.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Well, you know, Cthulhu came down, you know, grabbed him, banged him against the floor a few times. You know, the normal. You must not feel guilty. I should probably do this one first before I do anything. He died screaming right before my eyes. I was no longer there when it happened. You're taking it quite well.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind
This will
words.
affect your destiny.
Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Share grief, but I had nothing to do with it. Test of eloquence. I could probably ooh, can I? Yeah, I think I can do something like that. I'm not quite sure.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Yeah, she's not wrong. Like, she's not in the wrong, I mean. She wanted to help her husband, but she ended up sending him to a place where they do bad shit. Did he speak of the Shambler? Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. It's an unlocked answer as well. They're always good to check out.
Did your
yeah,
husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? Shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Can't fix up my hair properly because of the bloody headphones. I wanted to talk to her more about things.
Did she really care for him after all?
Alright, so she wanted the body to bury, but then at some point, in an agreement or whatever, Dr.
The
Fuller...
day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Right, okay. Oh, what? Okay. Yeah, so Dr. Fuller has all rights over the body.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. A house of artists.
I like how this lights up now when I get close to it. I don't know if it did that. I don't
Sanders'
think it did.
accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Yeah, it's better when things glow, or like gain color.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? He didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated.
So there was something wrong with the painting.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Why is there a hidey hole cupboard here?
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Oh, okay.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
Is that it?
I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. I don't think it did anything, and I think if I click that, it's gonna play again. This will affect your destiny. Bitch, what the fuck?
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make
Oh,
a habit
sorry.
of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network, and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
What I'd do is take it to the mainland and try and sell them off and gain money from it. Yes? Okay. Ugh. Oh my. Beyond reality. This will affect my destiny, apparently. Oh, Beastarium. Okay, it is kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Can I change pages? I love these things. Damn it. Okay, that wasn't weird at all. Okay, I guess I just... Oh my god, gee, that is... Oh, the Egyptians hate him for that. Oh my. Okay, that's just weird. That's a cool knife. I think I've seen that knife before.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
This is the bust of the fish governor. Because you really need one of those in your gallery. But oh my, oh gee, oh wow, okay, that's even worse. Oh my god, this, okay, well that's the thing I need to go to, but I'm gonna walk around for a bit, check out all the paintings. I'll keep this part in the video just because I'll have all the, oh my god, what the fuck is this thing? Oh, that's just weird. Oh, that would give someone nightmares. Clearly you could dig that out. Jesus. I feel like something's gonna come up behind me, attack me, and then I'll have to hide from it. Considering that's what the looks like it has of the layout of this bloody area. Is this statue gonna come alive? Oh, don't stand close to... Dude. Why does his head do that? Yeah, this guy sees a lot of freaky shit. Oh my god, okay. This is gonna be an interesting chapter. I gained 2
What
CP.
the hell was that?
It was that, I'm guessing. Oh fuck, it's invisible! Oh fuck, really? Oh, okay.
I can't even touch it. Damn. Maybe I can use this dagger.
Okay, okay. What did it expect me to do? What did it expect me to do? Jesus Christ.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
Okay, okay. Chop its arm off. Stab it. Come on. Well then. Don't do it,
What's the
don't do
matter
it.
with you? You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Well, shit. That was interesting. I want to keep playing this game. Oh my god. Hey Snoopy, how are you, buddy? Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Okay, so, wow, yeah, that was. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. That thing was really creepy. It was a little bit scary at first, but then again it was just I get past it and I'm just like, okay, I'm going for it. If I die, then I'll just restart, and I know, like, I gain more information if I collect different items or something. That was like, I think there's like 4 different ones you can like get or whatever, and that was the that was the second one I picked up and was like, this one's different. I'm like, they're all different. They all look different. What the fuck? What about? So yeah. That was really cool. Okay, so that was chapter 6. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, if you're really liking this, link is in the description below on Steam. Can't remember how much it is, but it's definitely worth the price. Yeah, so like my page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.